Today on the channel, from zombie toys and heels and faces, we got the better late than never edition of the Sandman.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Zombie Sailor Toys Heels and Faces unboxing and review. And today we got a bit of a controversial one, as we got the old school ECW original. We got the Sandman, better late than never edition, one of 1776. But for all your Zombie Sailor toy needs and a whole lot more, Zombie Sailor Toys. But for all your other wrestling figure needs, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And the Sandman, like I said, pretty controversial here. We should have had this over a year ago. Delays, issues, but you got to applaud Zombie. I don't know if that's the right word. Applaud, I guess we'll say, compared to Power Town, for instance. But we were updated along the way, and there was just feels like it was snake bitten along the way, because they had, I think, packaging problems and they had action figure problems. Long way to get there. It's a year plus late, and it's never good. And I got to imagine even the Power Towns of the world, they don't want to have figures late. They don't want to have any bad will to them. They're a business. They're trying to move on, but things do happen in business. It's how you tackle those issues is where you come out. And I know a lot of people down on Zombie Sailor for how he handles some of his issues. I don't think it's that bad, but some people do. So I guess you like what you like, you don't what you don't, and however you interpret the message for yourself. But how you're going to interpret this message, very clear. We're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this figure pretty hard to find because it was a one and done pre-order type thing. So there's no extra stock on this. This should be a pretty valuable one. And I always struggle unboxing these because at my core, I want to have this mint on card, but I'm going to open it up. I'm going to do it for Beekman's World. I'm going to do it for science here today, but only 1776 of these in existence. And when we close our eyes and think of the Sandman, this probably isn't what we think of, but a good 4th of July exclusive. We got one recently from Mattel in the Elite line. We remember seeing that, but we do got a more traditional Sandman coming from Zombie Sailor here the next year. I don't know when, but eventually here. Heels and Faces logo, old school Sandman right there. Of course, the figure got the autograph in there as well. Ron Rudat drawings, 18 and up on this one. One of 1776, as I did mention. The old Sandman, old hack right here. But we're going to get him off the card. We're going to dive in. We're going to truly see what all the fuss was about. What is the fuss with this Sandman here? And I got to say, this era of Sandman, not my favorite. Obviously, I'm more of the beer drinker, Hellraiser ZZ Top style, or I guess Metallica Enter Sandman style is more my thing. See you later. Goodbye. But this is kind of his evolution from the surfer guy into what he became in ECW. On the back of the package, of course, listed Macho Man, CM Punk, Danhausen. I think that's coming around San Diego Comic-Con, if I'm not mistaken. Everybody else we've seen and unboxed here on the channel. Sandman, height 6'4", 240 pounds, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Beautiful this time of year. I just asked my wife, what? Oh, yeah, right. We just went over that in my latest episode of The Kyle Peterson Show. She talked all about her Philadelphia adventure the first time ever in Philly, so check that out, of course. But Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the chain-smoking, beer-chugging, cane-swinging maniac puts the E in extreme. Defeats opponents with his devastating White Russian leg sweep. Has one of the most spectacular entrances of all pro wrestling. 100%. See you later. Goodbye. Let's get down to the accessories. Of course, we do got the kendo stick, the Singapore cane, whatever you want to call it at the end of the day. You got to have this with the Sandman. Very, very key to the Sandman, of course. And this looks really good. Have to imagine we'll see Zombie reuse this kendo stick over the years with some other figures and stuff. Just makes sense to get the most out of your molds, but looks real good there. Then we do got a can of Zombie beer. I like the attention to detail here. It looks like a Budweiser can from back in the day, but it does say Zombie beer. Good attention to detail. Could have been just a plain can. Went that extra step to give us the Zombie can. So I'm here for that. I'm here for that. But now we're diving into old Zombie himself. The Zombie Sandman, that is. To the extreme, it says right on the shirt there. But it does look like Sandman in the face, and it is younger Sandman, and that does fit with this one here. Looking very good. Got a nice dark wash through the blonde hair, kind of that dirty blonde hair the Sandman had. Looking good in that bright red shirt, and then you got the very patriotic pants right down there into the high top sneakers and the black and white attack looking pretty good as well there. We do got the big extra grip to the hand here, so we can put that beer can in there. Of course, you're going to want to put that in there so you don't lose it. Nobody wants to lose an accessory, but it will fit in there. And then you got the hole in the other hand, so you can stick his stick in. You can stick the stick right in the hole if you need to there. Articulation, arm does go all around. We do got some extra articulation at the elbow right here, so a little extra articulation. Nothing at the wrists on this one. Head back and forth, and of course, waist side to side. No leg articulation on this one. Zombie Sailor logos, everything else on the bottom here. Does he fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using discount code Kyle to save myself 10%, of course. What do you know? Fits on a stand if you need him to. I'm going to fit this beer can in there, see how good that fits. Slide that bad boy in, and look at that. That's not falling out. That's sticking in there really good. Then, of course, the kendo stick fitting in there good as well. Not falling out. That's one thing about accessories with a lot of figures, all different toy lines. You want them to be tight, but not too tight. That's what you want. We got that perfectly right here. You got the extra articulation to give it a little bit different look. Of course, you can get those iconic poses for the Sandman, sticking the cane up in the air. Of course, this is pre-tattooed Sandman as well. And you can pretend he's dumping the beer on his face and stuff like that too. So there's a lot more with this retro than some of the other ones. The little extra articulation to it and a lot more accessories than we do get. I mean, I guess the gold standard of accessories is grapplers and gimmicks with the Godfather. I think we get 4 accessories with that one. But this one is pretty high on the list for the retro figures. And a real fun figure right here. A really fun figure with that extra articulation. Adds a lot. Of course, once again, this will be re-released in the more iconic Sandman garb. Wouldn't be shocked to see another one down the line as well, because I think they could get at least 3 different versions of Sandman if they really wanted to from the Zombie Sailors line. But this one, pretty good. Was it worth the wait? I don't know. I didn't get too worked up about it. It was only, $35 or something like that. I mean, that is a lot of money for a figure like this. But I get more worked up about something that's like Power Town, for instance, where they have almost 2,000 of my dollars. So just depends. It's all relative, but mistakes do happen. And for the most part, Zombie, he gets our stuff out there. So there it is. Old Sandman taking it to the extreme. What's your thoughts on this 1776 edition of the Sandman? Outside of all the issues with getting it here to us, what's your thoughts with this figure in general? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you. It's true, there's more. Check out the Patreon. Check out YouTube channel memberships. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram. Of course, don't forget TikTok as well. The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com. That is my weekly podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, wherever podcasts are found, video cast on YouTube. And don't forget my book on the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers, available at Amazon, available at Barnes & Noble. I also have a couple extra copies kicking around. Check it out. Make sure you pick up that book if you haven't already. So for the ECW Original Sandman, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we going to dance or are we going to play?